Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Z bracket. I'm Terry Star, and go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Hey,
Hi
how's it going?
everyone. How are you doing, Angry Demon Noises?
Not too bad. You don't really need much of an announcement, so as long as you're around, they know who's not Star. That's me.
I suppose I have been doing quite a lot of commentary, and I am also one of the only females on comms. Okay, and okay. But yeah, we have here a pretty good matchup here. We have brackets round one between Xarnax and Chromataclysm.
I'm not very frequent in Z2R, and even I've seen chromataclysm in a lot of chats. So, and Xarnax is also a very familiar name to me, so this will be a good match.
Both very good runners, so yeah, this is going to be a very good match between Chroma and Xarnax here. And hey, the timer is going. We should be going shortly here then. I love how Zodex's file names are.
Just a bunch of M's.
Yep.
Chroma put Chroma versus Xarnax. I like that.
That's the usual. They are. Hey, for once, it's a rarity in Z2R. We have trackers for both runners here as we get going.
Hooray!
Okay, we're on the northern coast. That's a funny spot. Northwestern actually of the western continent here. The western half looks completely dead of the northern bit here, in fact.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of anything.
Nope, there is a forest pile and that's about it. You're not wrong, actually. I still have no idea how to pronounce your name. Yeah, well, Chroma's playing is Link and Xarnax is Zelda, which is kind of appropriate. Although, hey, we do actually see a palace here in the middle south part of things. That is P4, bright pink.
Nice. Good early find.
Indeed, as Chroma also finds P4, marking off the color on the notes sheet. This bridge is leading to absolute nowhere as always. And there's the back half of Saria. Also, we should not have the candles marked. This is brackets, so we don't actually start with candles. They are in the dark, as I can see here from Chroma.
Dude, the darkness makes the combat even harder. It's already tough.
Okay, that makes sense. No worries, Jinx. We've had a little bit. Jinx here, who shut off the tracker, has had a bit of tech issues. Xarnax is now fighting the back half of Saria. And there's a raft, Chroma.
Nice. Good early find.
Xarnax should be stumbling upon it right here. Yep. That's the cave.
I'm sure they'll hold off before using it though. A lot to discover still.
Yeah, although the northern half of things is actually looking
kind of dead. I know that's what you're gonna say.
Yep. They've got the backup Saria, they've got a raft, and they've got people. None of which are especially appealing options. Ooh, Xarnax get death on his way to his raft. Chroma, this whole bit of the map. Well, they're hammer blocked from the south.
I think Chroma picked up the ferry as well. If I'm not mistaken.
No, that was just a ferry encounter. Also, looked like he picked up the child on Stonehenge there, perhaps?
Yep, it was just sitting there. Xarnax got his raft. Their raft.
RCS does not race tonight. Chide Trails. No, he knows. We have a Dick Shake versus JJ Schmidt race. Hour. Chroma finding another item cave is gonna see what this is as Xarnax up A's back to start. The raft tile is not in the northern half of the continent today, as it turns out. And the northern half of things is continuing to be absolutely dead. We've seen the back half of Saria, we've seen P4, and that's it. As Chroma finds absolute junk in that cave and decides he's not even gonna bother picking it up. Xarnax finding the camera block. There's Bagu for Chroma, which is actually probably progression at this point, because, where else are they gonna go?
True.
And Xarnax now picking up the child. As Chroma heads for Saria. Because I think they have no other options unless there is, because I think the only caves we've seen so far were all item caves, and, P4 is potentially diggable, but sucks on 213 for Chroma. I don't think Xarnax is any better. And that's just as bad. 213 Palace 4 is not an appealing option. Although Xarnax doesn't, they're gonna be bottlenecked to Saria just yet. And hey, Chroma, alright, gonna get the spell here as, hey, there's fire for Chroma. And here in Saria, not the greatest spell, but it is linked to a random spell, so we'll see what this ends up being. Xarnax is actually going through Fairy Cave. I believe Chroma actually bailed out of this. I got it mixed up. We'll see where this takes him as Chroma finds Rudo just to the west of the back half of Saria. And Rauru just east of that. What's to that?
Nice. They're still all close together.
Yep. That's it. And Xarnax got dumped out in the middle of nowhere. Well, that was a dead end. Fairy Cave was not helpful. And actually, there's Shield for Chroma in Rauru. That's a bit of a whammy. Womp womp. As Xarnax takes a death. And Xarnax now needs Bagu, and there it is. And there's Mido in the north middle south. Right by the hammer block. Yeah, this is a very obnoxious I always love when Bagu ends up being harder just to get anywhere at all. I mean, it was Bagu or hope you find a hammer in P4 on 213, neither of which were fun options.
Not good option.
And now Chroma's digging out the southern half. It's already found all the towns because, well, the front of Saria, Rudo and Rauru were all right next to each other, and Mido wasn't too far either. This map is, well, other than the Saria problem, it hasn't been too bad. Xarnax. Taking Magic 3, Fire is still not castable at 72, so we still don't know what it's linked to. Chroma, it only 4 bars of magic, only has 64 units, cannot cast it just yet. Chroma has indeed trails with you, in fact. I know you guys have been racing quite a lot. Now the question is on the western continent, where are the two remaining palaces? We have seen P4, we are still missing the other two.
That's the only one we've seen so far.
Yep. Although Xarnax has just caught sight of a second.
See which one it is.
Chroma finding an item cave in the meantime. And this is going to be Palace 5 here for Xarnax. Kind of a lightish blue color here. I rather like that shade. Doesn't really feel like digging it out without on 214 though. Not a bad. Can't blame him for that play. 214 P5 is just not a fun
Also
idea.
pretty. They haven't found any of the lower level palaces.
Nope.
Easy.
P4 sucks without reflect, and they were on equally low levels. 213 is what they were at when they found P4. 233 and 314 aren't any better for P5 as, oh geez, there's our remaining palace. P3 or 6, kind of a pinkish purple in the way southwest corner.
Couldn't tell which one it was either.
You can't tell from the entrance, Angry, you have to go with. It is about as far southwest as you can possibly get. Yeah, it is looking like we have to sail east, as oh, there's the raft tile. Ouch on that location for Xarnax.
Could not avoid that encounter.
No, I meant more than that's a terrible location for that.
Oh yeah, you gotta go all the way out for it.
Though there is a palace right there in a decent-sized swamp as Chroma heads back to P5 to reset encounters. Well, actually, I think that might be his first time seeing P5, as here is P1 right by the eastern raft tile. Rather kind of dark brown, not quite chocolate brown, just kind of meh. This is definitely the play here from Xarnax going east rather than trying to dig out a seemingly dead west.
Very dead west. I'm excited to see what the ones are for sure.
Oh, there's a water tile, it looks like, right there for Xarnax. We're finding a strip of land that's boots blocked and also 100% dead. Well, the one thing that Chroma has on Xarnax is Chroma knows where the final palace on the west is because it's all the way in the southwesternmost corner of the map. Whereas Xarnax is going to have to go find that palace at some point. He never quite got around to all the way down to the corner.
But as long as they remember.
And Chroma has finally caught sight of the raft tile. Is gonna first check out this item cave, though. And hi, Zero Wing, you're a little late to the party. No pom-poms from you today, apparently. A little sad. Also, it looked like the eastern raft tile kinda dumped you in the middle of things today. Not particularly far north, not particularly far south, just in the middle. Which makes writing directions down kind of bad. Ah, where are you zeroing? We had a little bit of tech issues, so I ended up refreshing the page quite a bit.
Yeah, so we may have missed it. We're here for the pom-poms, though.
Ah, globe pom-poms. Hi, Rogue Copter, raiding with a party of weight. Welcome into Z2R. So we see Daruna here in the far southwest. Xarnax has the child already, about the only other thing they managed to find on the west, so there he's... Now, see what this is, oh, there's the cross. Add that to the list of 100% useless things on the west.
Hooray!
I mean, there's worse options, but there's also better options. I also didn't catch what fire was linked to Xarnax. Who finds life?
Life.
Now, welcome in the Rocopter. Remember you more for a month read enough time, Rando. So here we've got Zelda 2 Randomizer, a rather different beast. For our raiders, this is Zelda 2 Randomizer, 2020 Standard Tournament Brackets Round 1. Between Chromataclysm and Xarnax42. We're about just under 14 minutes into this rather interesting match. Xarnax was first to the east as Chroma continues exploring an extremely useless west. Even a child didn't turn up anything. Life is nice, but not the greatest. I do believe this is news, although that magic jar isn't any more useful than anything else was.
Nope.
And Xarnax finds a heart container, which is about as useless. Amazingly dead seed so far.
They have not found any of the necessary.
Nope, they found the raft and that's it. And the raft is given, so... Chroma continuing exploring the west, finds another item cave. As, hey, we found another town for Xarnax. And this is... Vuru! And I completely missed what Chroma just picked up, so I was... Oh, there's a candle! Hey, Frico! Yeah, welcome to a very boring start where the candle might be the most useful item we've seen so far.
Not even wrong.
It's a toss-up. Which of the mostly dead items is less dead? Ouch! That is the spell for Xarnax. More dead! They got hard bottlenecked to taking Bago to the southern half of the west. Xarnax went east early. Chroma's been digging out the west for absolutely nothing. And I don't believe Xarnax hasn't been finding much either. Xarnax decided to not bother with that pass-through and is looped back around to the reptile. Thing is, none of the palaces are currently in Logic too, which is what I forgot when they had Bagu or a low-level P4 to choose from. Yeah, that low-level P4 wasn't in Logic. Still isn't, because we're still missing 4 spells, 3 of which are hard required, the 4th of which... is Jump, which is at least utility. They haven't even found Jump or decent skill. Yeah, I'm not sure, AA. I don't think it's... I know Xarnax cast it earlier, I'm not sure what it is. As Xarnax here finds Old Kasudo. Trills, I believe Lunar Soap is the one responsible for this garbage, as finally we find something of use in the form of Fairy for Xarnax. Oh, absolutely. It is what it is. I believe it's spell or reflect. It seems to be what fire is linked to. We also catch a sighting of Valley of Death for Xarnax, though he can't actually get there right now. And hey, there's another town and a palace right next there. New Kasudo, alright. New Kasudo, both kind of in the southeastern portion of things. I missed how many magic stars was required for the item, but... Nah, not 4 as per the usual. That is Jump. Ouch. Okay, they definitely need both the medicine and the trophy today. Yippee! Thank you, 6 magic jars. Well, evidently, Xarnax doesn't think fire is linked to the spell since he just turned right around, and I know he can cast fire. And instead is gonna check out Palace, the other one of P3 or 6. Here, lighter green color, might as well see what it is, and see if he can't check it out a bit now that he's found Fairy. The immediate key block is not a good sign of anything. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Trails, with how terrible the seed's been.
P3,
This is P3? Thank you. This kind of yellowish green palace. And a very, very fast Rebanek. Jesus Christ, Xarnax is one of the runners who doesn't know how to do Rebanek without downstab, so we'll see how this goes. And so we do know that P2 and GP are Maze Island and Valley of Death now, as our next does get Rebanek off his force and is just going to do an attack 3 Rebanek now, which kind of sucks, as Chromataclysm finds 1. Rebanek was not glove blocked, but that but it does make me wonder if the item might be glove blocked, though, here in this palace.
There's the P3 complete for Xarnax.
And yep, and Xarnax is going to go back in looking for the item. Yeah, I would agree. AA wanting to be able to cast spells so he could get the item out of Nuka. Chroma finding the flute just north of the raft pile. We know what we're referring to, Velvet, the item out of Nuka Pseudo spell tower. Interesting. Chroma here is choosing to... Okay, reflect, confirmed, thank you. So perhaps one of our 2 items may not be a Cartoon Trophy in Medicine. Now the matter is which one is. Chroma has decided to head north on the eastern continent, whereas Xarnax went south. Let's see where this show turns up, but we haven't seen this yet. Because Xarnax went full south, Chroma's going full north as Xarnax is out of P3. And there's the map. Being either P2 or GP, well, it's at least a short one, so Xarnax can get out of here pretty quick if this is not something he wants to be in. Yeah, I would agree with you, AA. The glove block, the item is almost certainly glove blocked from what we've seen of P3 by Xarnax. There's P2 in Valley of Death, then Dark dark forest green today.
I don't like that color.
Well, I think it's fine. There's far worse colors to get.
True.
Chroma, in the meantime, finding not much on the other half of the continent. We've already seen all the towns, and we're just missing Maze Island. That's about the only thing Chromataclysm could find up here, and even then it's GP in there, so... Maze Island might have a useful item, but otherwise is not going to turn up much. Yeah, 50 points from the Red Dark Knight is an ouch. Xarnax continuing in P2. I think Chroma's decided that going north was not the best of ideas. And it's now going to go south, which is the smart idea here. Going north has provided absolutely nothing for him. Although this little path here might lead to a very isolated Maze Island, nope, it's dead. Would have been funny if Maze Island was there, though, because that's a pretty silly spot for it. Boots luck, Maze Island? Possible. We've seen most of the coast on the southern half. I don't think Chroma saw that much of the northern coast, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure where the Maze Island is at this point. It might be in the far north or something. Xarnax currently hunting for the item in P2 here. Speedruns are useless? Please don't say that in a Twitch chat of a... No, literally called ZeldaSpeedRuns, please. Although, in this case we're doing speedruns of Randomizer. A little bit different from our usual speedruns. Just... And
that part's not helpful.
Nope, Xarnax has found his way to another... I think this is the item room. Yeah, Astral says, but yeah, Xarnax found his way to the item room of P2 potentially here. The problem is, he doesn't have enough magic to cast fairies, so has to take a death to get his magic back. Feels bad. Does have 2 lives left still just yet, so not the worst. Chroma is now in the southern part of things. Also that, Chroma is going to pick up life here and be sad.
You are not wrong, AA.
Yep, you are not wrong. And there's the item there for Xarnax, which is just a magic charm. Womp, womp, womp. That's a whammy. That is a whammy for Xarnax, finding just a magic jar in P2. Not the worst, he does get him one step closer to the item, but and might be able to cast spell now while I think about it, so not the worst. We'll see exactly how useful this proves to be. Well, I would have preferred the glove, though, all the same. And thank you for confirming in chat that yes, it is. Spell was is now castable for him. And ouch! Xarnax finding another dead end in P2 as Chroma finds Fairy. I think no, that's up again. And I think Xarnax has decided that P2 is glove block and is out of there. Exploring the southern half of things now. Xarnax, thinking about where to go next, is gonna. P3 is not it. I believe the item is glove block. Xarnax is going to check out this cave here, though. And that is true as well, eh?
Not having the candle is very rough.
Yeah, not the worst for these runners, but not the greatest for us. Well, Xarnax found his way to somewhere and then an absolute dead end on the north is what this is.
Not helpful at all.
No, that is a dead end to hell. Well, this cave here might be vaguely useful. That's about the only thing here, though, because this entire little bit of the map that's completely blocked off is looking very dead. Yeah. Okay, Trails, I'm also assuming that was on a purposeful spelling choice.
It seems purposeful.
And yeah, that pass-through didn't lead to a whole lot of anywhere it looked like for Trails. Oh, we'll see. I can't remember if Chroma managed to get over here on his trip up north. Although, this seems to be mostly a giant swamp anyway, so that's also not saying much. Yeah, giant swampy river that can't lead to Maze Island, so not much. Other than, oh, there's the any key, though that is handy.
Okay. Not a bad find. All the way at the bottom.
It's a lousy spot for that any key. You're not kidding, Trails. You really, really have. And there's Maze Island. Jesus Christ, that's a bad spot for it. The northern, I guess, third of the eastern continent being really quite obnoxious, so Chroma's gonna get up there eventually. He has to. Now the question is when, because that is a really lousy pair of pass-throughs that is our next. And ooh, we also got the boots for Chroma in the spell tower. That is really handy, because that might just save him from doing what poor Xarnax had to do to get all the way up here. Because this Maze Island was terrible. Question remains, which one of Trophy and Medicine unlocks, which one of Trophy and Medicine unlocks thundery today, and where is it? And also, where is that glove? Because the glove is still missing.
That's locking a good bit.
It is. Chroma also getting down the Rebanek without downstab, because neither of them have been back to Mida with either fairy or jump yet, since those two items are both on the east. Nice. Overall, pretty nice Rebanek for Chroma. That'll be his first gem at 33 minutes. Xarnax is not finding the Maze Island items right now. He's trying, but it's not working. That isn't true, absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. That Xarnax doesn't want to go back to Nuka without another magic jar to get both items in one trip. Well, hopefully Glove is in a water trial, yeah, as Xarnax said, as Trill said, because this is a bit of a problem. No, Velvet, he needs a second one, because the item in Nuka requires 6 magic jars, and he only has 5. Chroma managed to find the one he got. Chroma hasn't found the one he got yet. Oh, there is the Medicine Island. Chroma hasn't found the one he got, but Chroma found one on the west. And there's GP. Dark purple today. And yeah, that is an update back to the west. Here's our next. And Xarnax is off P4, which makes sense. It's right by start, and he might as well go quickly clear it out, because he does have Reflect. Or technically he has Spell, which Fire which links to Reflect, but it... Chroma now in P2. Unfortunately, he's gonna find himself glove blocked out of here. I believe, though I could be wrong. I know, yep, there's not much here. That's a dead end. Pepto-Bismol P4, cure this heartburn speed. You're not wrong. Chroma gonna pick up this key here because he wants it. Yeah, that's not a bad play considering Fairy is extremely expensive. At 43 unit magic points, he could only cast it once on Magic 4 and 5 bars, so he would really like another. He would like that key. As Xarnax, that's going back to start. That is not where you want to go. Wrong direction! Yeah, this P4 is a little much sometimes. This pink is a little brighter than I would really like in some ways. Could be worse. I do prefer the more moderate green that Chroma's in right now. Chroma needs... Okay, getting through this room here safely, that... You can get yourself locked out of there if you don't have the glove. Chroma picking up even more keys, because this is another dead end.
I think the block pattern is what makes the pink and P4 even worse.
Yeah, it does. It does, because that rippling effect is definitely, not the greatest. I'm trying to not look at it too hard, because I'm prone to motion sickness myself. And ouch, Xarnax taking a death. Or Chroma going for the key, because he wants every single one he can get, with Fairy being as expensive as it is. Xarnax bailed out of P2 earlier without the item, after getting the magic jar, and ooh, there's the glove for Xarnax in P4. That's big.
Nice. Definitely big.
And that is this looking bad for Chroma. Looking at a character that has a magic jar, and I'm honestly not sure if Helmet Head is glove locked, because Xarnax did get the magic jar, but failed before beating Helmet Head. And Xarnax here, speaking of fans, Karok. Taking life 6 here, which is gonna make his other levels a little more difficult, but it is Xarnax's second gem at the just under 39 minutes. Chroma, I think, is now on his way to that, whammy of a magic jar, although look at him something in New Kasuto. So next now up and A and is gonna see where he goes next. Oh, yep. There's Chroma's magic jar, and okay, Xarnax had a no signal sign there for a second. Oh dear. Oh no. I think he might have just crashed. Yeah, that's a crash. And one ginormous F.
Oh, indeed. Let's see if we can speed this, but...
This is incredibly bad. I'm gonna put a bunch of my F emo in chat, because this is a major whammy. Yeah, it happened to him once in Swiss as well. Z2R, while not the absolute worst of randos to restart, 40-minute crash is still painful.
Yeah, I mean, if he remembers where all the items are, it wouldn't
okay,
work,
okay,
but...
they're discussing it in race time.
Yeah, I figured.
Do you think okay, Chroma definitely did not, Xarnax said in chat, unless Comms think he had a clear lead, I'll take that offer. Yeah, no, Chroma, I couldn't tell you who was ahead. I think Xarnax might have been ahead, actually.
Xarnax was, I'd say, slightly ahead, but it could have still been anyone's match.
Yeah, it wasn't over. I think... But it is ultimately up to the runners as to what they choose to do. Major whammy for Xarnax. Okay, they are gonna start. It looks like they are gonna start again.
I'm fine with the reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do...
You will want to create a new race room. They're gonna both forfeit out of this one and they'll reroll. Lunar.
Yeah, we're gonna re-roll and get it started back up, hopefully pretty soon.
Yeah, because 40 minutes is a major whammy in Z2R. Yeah, it is a known risk with Xarnax's hardware. He crashed once in Swiss. Didn't lose quite this much time. Yeah, as Chroma says that he wants a fair match, which makes sense. It does not feel good to win because your opponent crashed 40 minutes into a seed and lost everything.
Oh, exactly. Like,
Yeah, the one in
that,
Swiss is only a few minutes in. This is 40 minutes, and while not the biggest whammy in the world, still is not good.
that would have been rough. Xarnax had almost all of the useless items and some of the not useless ones, which
Yeah.
they would have had to go and get all over again.
Yes, indeed. Also, I realized I was taking notes on the wrong tab the entire first seed. Whoopsies! So, no wonder we were looking at different ones.
I was taking notes on the right tab.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna delete my own goof, and...
I thought you were just looking at mine and letting me do the thing, and I'm like, that's cool.
No,
You took a lot more notes than I did.
This is me being stupid.
No worries.
Yeah. But yeah, we will have a reroll here and get going shortly. Yeah, this is... that works. Shake's rerolled seed pom-pom.
It's weird, Trails, because I know a lot of like speedrunners that will just outright refuse to run an emulator.
Yeah, blame me. I joined literally as he crashed, and I joined right after. Lol, fed down VXO. Yeah, you joined just in time to see Xarnax taking a really unfortunate crash, and we are rerolling. Alright, we're just gonna give it a bit of a break. The runners are getting the new seed. Need to get set up again. And we're generally doing a bit of a reset. I suppose zeroing it's Z2R as a thing. Saving is not something people do too often.
Yeah, like it just seems like unnecessary time loss. It doesn't take too long. But...
is the only person I've ever seen to crash on Z2R. I can really recall. It's pretty unusual for Z2R, at least. It's a reasonably common thing in other randos, but not so much. I'm not sure on Trails if he actually saved. Because up A's don't exactly count that way. I don't know. If he did save and it still crashed anyway, that's even more than enough. And okay, we're on the results page of the screen at the moment for restream. Well, no.
Okay, we're gonna start pretty soon.
Yeah.
Times.
Fun times. It was a 40-minute in Crash Rika. It was up to chromataclysm at any rate, ultimately in this case too. And Chroma decides that he wanted to not win a race because of a 40-minute crash and has decided that do the sportsman-like thing and restart.
Good guy Chroma for sure. Like, it was almost instant. Chroma's just like, I'll re-roll it. It's fine. It's props. Very, very much props to Chroma.
Oh yeah. Lol. Trails. Yeah, so full restart. Xarnax is they have readied up and they will be going. We're just waiting on the countdown to finish up on restream here, and we'll be going again. Time to learn a whole new map.
All right, let's do it again. Hey, hopefully the West is more interesting this time.
Oh yeah, because the West was deader than dead this first seed. Let's see how much seed confusion we have is the other problem. Well, okay, we're in the southern half for a start. Northwest of the south, by the looks of it. The immediate one up for Xarnax. I think there's a palace there as Chroma finds an item cave. Yep, a lot of swamp.
Already a ton of swamp indeed.
Oh, lol, Lunar. Yeah, no panels to start in brackets, no Fun Town. They also have no hints. Large and small enemies can now be mixed together. There's just a heart container out for Chroma. Xarnax is gonna find the same whammy here. I was gonna go check out that palace, I assume, shortly, that he spotted just south of the cave. Or is apparently gonna find Fairy Cave, I think. And, another palace here just south, right south of the start. Yeah, Lunar, that is. And also, Lunar, you're a restreamer on the seed roller. Of course you think it's worse. Oh, and apparently commentary and game sound are super quiet. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. There's P1 just right south of start.
I can be louder if that helps.
Yeah, we can certainly be louder. Girls can hear you just fine. Okay, you might just need to turn up your computer's audio then.
I think Xarnax just grabbed a heart.
Yeah, it was a heart chroma. Got that earlier. Here's Mido on the middle of the south coast. And Xarnax is going elsewhere. Hi Tannerin, welcome into...
Technically, no!
You're technically no. Just the reroll. Xarnax crashed about 40 minutes into their first seed, and Chroma decided to be a sportsman and have a reroll. Chroma was absolutely not required to do so. It was entirely up to him if he wanted to wait for... Yeah, Tannerin. We just started on Seed 2. Xarnax, by the way, found a pass-through cave to the northern half of things. So far seeing absolutely nothing as Chroma goes through this cave here. And before a Kai happens next, if a Kai happens next, I think these two might be... Then, I don't know what the rule is on Kai's for Z2R.
I have no idea.
It doesn't happen, like practically ever, and C, I think they'd rather do a different race another day if they tied.
I'm sure someone is gonna finish, like, a second before the other. It'd be unfortunate, but...
I know for other randos it's 4-3 seconds. For a tie. Because it could literally just be a different stunning, as we see Roto in the far southwest of the north. And Chroma finds I have no idea what he just found.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, no. Oh, that was the boots. Handy for Chroma. I'm not 100% sure where this cave was, so we'll find out shortly as Xarnax continues exploring the north. Cave will be just gonna be the north middle of the south. Bye, Baku. And, Rouge. Did you catch what Xarnax just got there? Because I was taking notes on the sheet.
I did not. Let's see if chat caught it.
Yep. And he marked on his personal tracker. Looked like it was dead as there's fire for Chroma and Rauru. Yep, magic jar. Thanks, chat.
Sweet.
And hey, there's another palace in another town. That town is going to be one of the two ends of Saria. And the other might just be here. Yeah. And there's Death Mountain! Not sure which end of Saria is which, as our next finds another magic jar. Hey, at least Bagu's not hard to acquire this seed, Angry.
That
Like
is
last
good.
one.
That is good.
Because they got hard bottlenecked into Bagu last seed, as there's the back of Saria. Well, Chroma's gonna end up in basically the exact same spot as Xarnax, coming into Saria from opposite ends. Pretty much near sync, which is kind of hilarious, as they're going
They're
in
about to
different
cross
ends.
swords.
And that is
Thunder.
Thunder. Nice find.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Xarnax getting it just a few seconds ahead of Chroma. Although, effectively more or less neck and neck. Has found the boot, so we'll see if that's of any use. And there's a magic jar for Chroma. I didn't check out a palace earlier, so here's P3 or 6. Really dark pinkish purple here. They've got a bit yet, as we see that we've got a bit fast yet. As hey, there's Stonehenge with the glove for Xarnax. So see, it's looking quite a bit nicer than the last one so far.
Definitely a lot easier.
As the last one had a deader than dead blast that was hard fog and locked. Rather nice rats for Xarnax, though I don't expect that Chroma's gonna miss it. It's a very conspicuous grass tile right by the raft tile, so Chroma's gonna find it sooner or later. Speaking of Chroma, finding the other magic jar. So at this point, we are just missing our final palace on the west in terms of major things. We've seen at least one entrance to Death Mountain. And, who even knows where the raft is at this point, or where the other palace is, because there's still a decent chunk of the map left unexplored. I do expect the remaining palace is probably in the southern half, though, so... That is, says, ooh, Chroma takes a game over. Back to the south he goes. And Chroma is gonna not go into healing just yet. Still doesn't have a way to clear it in logic without Barry or the Any key. And there's the raft for Xarnax. Time for the east at this point. There hasn't been a ton of stuff here on the west in terms of doing progression. Looks like the Rapple's in the southeast-ish of the north. And hey, Chroma is gonna just use the boots to get back up north. Not a bad idea, as Xarnax heads off to the east. Finding, that's a funny dead end.
Wow.
Okay, looks
like the boots are necessary.
Yep, because I don't think Xarnax is getting much of anywhere on this. Yeah!
Oh, wow! That's exactly about what I expected.
Okay, that's hilarious. I remember another scene in Sliss, there's the raft for Chroma, where you did have a similar, like a little harbor with one cave, but that one cave, instead of being a pass-through to nowhere, was a pass-through to was the cave with a boot. So that was funny. Alright, Chroma's gonna head for the reptile now. Hopefully... Okay, he's gonna get his glove right here. And now Chroma's gonna go off to the east, which is a better play for Chroma, because he can actually get somewhere! Whereas Xarnax got the fastest dead end of all time.
Basically, just go back to the west. Not here.
You're getting nowhere! Chroma's also gonna check out this pass-through cave, but having boots decides to turn right around and says, screw it. Right choice, considering we know it's a dead end to nowhere. That is not it, though. You can't get south there. That is out of bounds. He is forced to go north. Xarnax now about to get fired. I don't think I've actually seen what this links to. It is, not immediately seeing what it's linked to right now. Chroma, in the meantime, in the far northern part of the east. As Xarnax finds Bagu. Hopefully he's gonna find his boots soon, because they're right around here. I believe... Yep, there, that cave just to the north. Yep. Well, Chroma's been using fire, it looks like. I think that's... might be thunder.
Oh, yeah, that's thunder. You see it crackle a little bit.
Because casting it immediately blew up some of the enemies. Is it? There's the boot clip for Xarnax. Now he can get somewhere on the... Man, this fourth tile is not Nuka suited for Chroma. Xarnax is presumably gonna now go back east now that he can actually get somewhere on it. As Chroma finds Darunia in the northern middle part of things. Xarnax finding Death Mountain is gonna check a couple caves right here, which are not the Hammer Cave. Nor Spectral Rock as we see P4 by Darunia. Really dark red here, I kinda like this.
Definitely a huge fan of the dark red.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't hurt the eyes, it's a little more interesting than dark brown, but Chroma is deciding after thinking about it for a bit, screw it, I'm gonna go elsewhere. Not a bad idea without reflect. Let's find the water tile here, which is, let's see. Hey, there's the hammer! Xarnax gonna find out he can't go south and is gonna head north instead. As Crow finds some of the item caves on the east. Xarnax, ouch, taking a death as Chroma finds just a 200-point P-bag. Xarnax finding a slightly more useful 500-point P-bag at the same time. Alright, Chroma is now gonna head south because I think he's done about all he can do on the northern bit. As hey, nice Maze Island with the palace right there! Convenient. And that is, the other of P3 or 6.
Nice.
I like that shade of light blue as well. But having found the palace is now gonna see if he can't dig out the items. Our next is spotted P4 and should be getting his hammer soon. Nice forced encounter in a dead end for his Chroma, who's just gonna turn right around and leave. Having any luck finding either of these items in Maze Island, jeez. As he finds yet another forced encounter in a dead end. Thanks, game! Oh, there's one of the items, finally, for Chroma. And that does look to be Thunder, as... ooh, there's the flute! For Chroma in Maze Island. We'll see what the other item is here for Chroma. Xarnax just still clearing out the northern part of things here before he heads south. He's gonna find Maze Island as well, and we'll see how he routes this. I love, by the way, how there's a forced encounter right there on your most obvious path to the palace, by the way.
Yep.
And Xarnax also deciding to dig out the palace just yet. Remember, getting reminded that there's a load of these, forced encounters. You want to go elsewhere right now. And there's the other item for Chroma, which is the Any Key. Nice! Very nice Maze Island flute and Any Key. At this point, I'm just, yep, Chroma is gonna just head back to the palace and clear it. That is not my cat. Do you have a cat, Avery?
Yes. Yes, that is my cat.
Lemon Kitsune in chat is spamming. Yeah! Chroma's gonna clear out this palace here. Let us just clear Maze Island in one trip. Xarnax Yaniki. That looks like P6. And here will be the flute for Xarnax. Actually, this PL6, I believe this is almost blush. I kind of like the shade of her pink blue here, Angry.
I like it as well.
Yeah, that's P6, but definitely confirms it. Unfortunately, that's also a fairy block for Chroma. So he's gotta up A and find a different route, hopefully. Gonna slightly adjust the coloring there. And that's a dead end for Chroma, which means that P6 is fairy blocked.
Oof.
That is an ouch for both of these runners. Xarnax is also going to try and dig P6 and get the exact same result. It's glove blocked, it's fairy blocked, and they're getting nowhere till they find it. Although this might be it right here for Chroma finding Old Kasuto in the far southeast. And that is fairy here for Chroma, so I won't be surprised if Chroma turns around and heads back up soon to go clear P6. Although 445 is not the most appealing levels in the world for P6. And hey, we do see another town right here for Chroma, picking up a 500-point P-bag on the way. This town here is Nukasuda, Oldaburu, actually. Got too mixed up again. And we'll see what spell this is. Xarnax finding the fairy block.
And there's jump.
At least I thought P6 was fairy block. Xarnax might have choosing to take a different route. No, wait. Well, that's a glove block, though Xarnax has the glove. Thinking about what to do is gonna turn it around. Okay. We'll see what route Xarnax takes. Chroma decided to bail out after seeing a fairy block. Xarnax is choosing to actually continue for a bit. We'll see if he manages to dig anything out of here. P6 does have its item to the right. There is a good chance that fairy block blocks at least the item, if not either the item or Barba. As Chroma explores the southern part of things instead. Well, there's one of the Raven Acts for Xarnax. Potentially, nope, there's another one that looks like it. Never mind. At this point, we're still missing Reflect and Fairy at the moment. And all three of our remaining spells are item blocks, so we will need 2 out of the 3 of Medicine, Trophy, and Child. Likely. Actually, no, we have one that's not. We still don't know where Nukasuto is. They have the hammer, so that's not the issue. There's a decent chance. Okay, Thunder, Fire is Reflect? Huh. I could have sworn it was thunder for lightning. Yeah, no, it's thunder. That's random for you, Lemon Kitsune. That happens sometimes in Z2R. Won't last, but okay. Xarnax is also deciding that he is probably fairy blocked, or otherwise just doesn't want to continue without fairy. Not a bad choice. And here's a rather boring greenish gray. Yeah, that is back to P1. Chroma, this rather boring greenish gray P1, and Xarnax here has found Nukasudo, actually. Picking up a heart container. Not sure where this was that Chroma hasn't seen Nukasudo yet. Yeah, this P1 is easy on the eyes, if nothing else. This rather boring, greenish gray. A little grayer than Chroma's than it was for Xarnax. Xarnax is now going to spill out a Nukasudo as Chroma. And there's Fairy for a second. No, that is. Did I get. Did I get Lucasudo and Nukasudo mixed up? Because I think we were. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I think I just. My notes, she got goofed. Lucasudo. Oh, that's where it was. Okay. Ah, got the two mixed up.
That makes more sense.
Got lost. So Xarnax taking a different route. So that's entirely on me, as Xarnax here does spot Valley of Death, kind of in the western part of the southern half. Extremely short Valley of Death, I might add. Not the shortest I've ever seen. Actually, no, Old Kasuda was spelled. Like, that would be why I got it mixed up. That is a fairly fast horse set here for Chroma. Will finally be the first person to get a gem this match at the 28-minute mark. And yeah, no, okay, I'm just having a hard time remembering what's where and marking my own notes sheet wrong. Go figure. It does look like Xarnax is heading for Nibiru now, which will get him a jump. As Chroma is actually back on the... I forgot that Chroma update back to the west is now gonna... back to Mida for downstab. Yes, I did write this down correctly, Lemon Kitsune. My note taking seems to be a little wonky right now, but I did write this correctly. This was jumped. Speaking of, Chroma using it to go get downstab. Truth to be told at this point, Angry 29 minutes and we're one item from... We just need to know what item locks reflect. It is one of three things, the trophy, the medicine, or the child, and we haven't seen any of them.
Yep, a lot faster than the other seed. That is for
Oh
sure.
yeah. The other seed was slow as hell. Xarnax also upending back to the west is gonna go clear P1, clear out P1 as well. I don't think Chroma actually bothered getting the item out of here, come to think of it. Chroma's heading back for the east now, it looks like. And yeah, no need, definitely Chroma did not find Horsehead, because Horsehead was, did not find the item in P1, because Horsehead was extremely fast. It was a heart container, okay, so I did just... Wowza, I'm scatterbrained today. Whoopsie, sorry chat, I am. Probably a combination of seed confusion, being tired, and just being scatterbrained today. I can tell you though that Chroma is heading for P3 and is gonna clear this. Has the glove, has the NA key, should be able to clear this out. There's down stab for Xarnax, and an extremely fast Ribonac from Chroma.
Very quick boss fights.
Very quick indeed. And that is Chroma's second gem at 32 minutes. Looking through now, they just really need that Reflect. They have everything else they could want to be to see, they just don't have Reflect. And they don't know which item unlocks Reflect. Which is probably their bigger problem right now. Chroma finding the Garden of P3, turns right around, does not need to go there. Xarnax, where are you going? I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the trophy. And this is Rudo right here, not sure what he wants to do. And it's gonna walk right past it. Lemon... Well, the counts can't solve continents. If Xarnax is looking for Old Kasuto, he's on the wrong continent. It's his bigger problem if he's trying to do that, so... I think he's probably trying to do something else here. That is entirely fair, Lemon, that he might just be thinking Old Kasuto is a different town, because it was in with a bunch of other ones. Although, it's not the biggest deal anyway, considering that it's, Shield. Xarnax, though, is gonna go into P3 now, not too far behind Chroma, who sees, I think that's probably Ribonac there, and decides to go look for the item instead. P3 looking a little dizzyingly blurry for Xarnax. Oh no, that was the item room? Ouch! Oh, there's Xarnax is gonna go fight Ravenak now. That is Xarnax's second gem here at 35 minutes. And that's a dead end for Chroma, who up A's and is gonna head back in. Unfortunately, thinking that the item room was a dead end is proving to be a bit unfortunate.
Definitely not good. Chroma opting to leave.
Alright, I'm back. Was there anything in P3?
No, Chroma left, so we don't know. There's still something in there.
Yep. Poor Chroma. It does look like they're both, Chroma up Aing? Okay. Would have thought he was gonna go right east then, but never mind. Actually, we're still missing one of the palaces last now that I look at my notes sheet. The other two are 5, and I can't remember if we ever saw the place, wherever it is.
I don't remember seeing them either.
So I guess it's not as bad an idea for Chroma to not go to Wrath. He wants to figure out where the hell is this P1? Not P, this other palace, which is either 2 or 5. The remaining one's on the east somewhere. And I couldn't tell you where this remaining palace is beyond, somewhere they can't find, apparently. Yeah, we don't know if Red Rocky did Slum and Kitsune.
We know it exists.
Do we?
We hope it exists.
Yeah, we hope it exists. Okay, Chroma deciding to go back to Death Mountain is gonna see if he can find anything in here as Xarnax takes a pass-through cave here. A pass-through cave to nowhere, in fact. Basically the other end of Rudo. So...
Not much help.
Not particularly. Oh, there's Spectacle Rock. LOL. Good spot for it. Oh, there's a Bedison, though. That could be very good for Chroma, because that might be, one step closer to go mode. Depending on what this turns up. Mido is in the middle of the southern coast, is what I wrote it down as. And oh, there's the final palace. Far southwest corner has P2.
It's not a bad find.
Also a rather dark green. Yeah, that works for a shade. And I think Chroma just found the item room. Is heading straight left here. Might be finding item room soon, as our next heads in as well. Xarnax taking a different route, going down and right, whereas Chroma's heads left.
see who finds it first.
Yeah, Chroma still has to find Nukasuda, which has his fairy spell, and that medicine is a 1 in 3 chance of being required. Well, that's a dead end for Chroma, so that is not the right path. And that's also not the right path for Xarnax, who finds a different dead end. And takes a death. Chroma heading left again. Looks like he wants to try and find the item first.
I'm not sure who's gonna find it first.
I am not either, because they're going in different paths. This is not the dead end. Chroma's not taking the dead end Xarnax found just yet. Meow.
My cat says hi.
Yes, she does. Well, Xarnax is, okay, going down the dead end that Chroma found earlier. Let's see.
They're just kind of trading dead ends at this point.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think this is a dead. This is Chroma's not going down the dead end that Xarnax found earlier. This is a different route. I don't know if this is it, but it's not the dead end Xarnax took. Yeah, your cat has definitely got some lungs, as chat says. Xarnax is now up to 456, is Chroma up to 555. And Chroma's managed to track down Helmet Head.
Alright, 1 out of 2 things down.
Yep. And Xarnax up A's is down to 1 life and is finding dead ends after dead end. Not a bad choice. I do believe this first left is a dead end in Xarnax. I think this is what Chroma took this first time, so... Xarnax is gonna be disappointed if I remember. Yeah, this block.
I remember this.
Dead end. Yep, that's a dead end. I think between the two of them, we've seen almost every single path in here.
Yep.
Well, Chroma's taking this dead end. I believe this down is a dead end for Chroma. Oh, I could be wrong.
If Chroma can clear this faster than
Yeah,
Xarnax.
that was the dead end. Lemon Kitsune here for Xarnax. That's a dead end. And that's a dead end for Chroma! Dead end after dead end after dead end! Chroma obeying, Xarnax is walking back as they both try and fail. Find their way out of this dead end palace. Wherever the item is, it's the one dead end, it's the one route that they haven't found, it looks like.
Pretty much.
I think Xarnax is now on the way to, Helmet Head, potentially.
I think so. Should be close.
Chroma doubling back on where he already was, not helpful. Yeah, dead ends, and some more dead ends! And going in circles, apparently. Is this P2 for them today? On this seed.
been the most circular P2 I've ever seen.
Yep, but there it is, and just a pee bag. Ow! Chroma's not even gonna bother picking it up, it's just gonna up A and get out of there. No,
All that trouble just for a pee bag.
Yep. Also a Boots Locks Death Mountain entrance that is... Oh, he's out. Because that Death Mountain entrance led nowhere other than one useless pass-through cave that he doesn't need, in all likelihood. And I was wondering why I hadn't seen the other Death Mountain entrance. Well, that would explain it. It's all the way in this corner of the map. Also, now that I think about it, we did catch a glimpse of that P2 a long time ago. I just forgot about it. Because they went for a P1 instead. Chroma is trying to remember where Mida was. You need to head to the coast. And Xarnax heads back up to the east. Now we'll see, is this Chroma's Reflect? Because if it is, that's big for Chroma. That Spectacle Rock, not the worst place in the world, but not the nicest either. And it is... That is Reflect! Wow!
Wait, that was Reflect. That much closer to go mode.
Now he just needs to find Nukasudo, and his, just needs to find Nukasudo and wherever the hell P5 is. He does have everything he needs to find P5, including the flute. Yeah, it's just a matter of where in the world is it. Chroma is now gonna head back up and to the east again. Xarnax, gonna get upstab now here, Runia. It's funny, Palaces 1, 2, and 3 were all on the east, the west, and 4, 5, 6, and GP were all on the west. French vanilla-ish today. Funny. Which does mean that Rudo and Darunia, which I find the trophy child, just unlock the full spell and jump and what is it? Spell, and fight, and, I keep forgetting life today. Is the other one. Bip says, Xarnax is back in P4. Without Reflect. Ow. Yeah, this is P4 for Xarnax. Out Reflect, which is a bit of an ouch. He's just looking for his spell items at this point, and unfortunately for him, we know where it is, and he's barking up the wrong tree.
Can't beat the boss without Reflect here.
Nope. And whatever is here, he isn't going to be able to... It's not his go mode is his problem. Chroma going in as well, it will be able to beat this palace. Right, spell was an old... I just read my own sheet again, thank you for pointing that out, Jinxie. Which reminds me, as we come up on the 50-minute mark here of the second seed, big shoutouts to our two runners, Chromataclysm and Xarnax. To my co-com Angry Demon Noises, to our tracker, Jinxie Girl, and to our restreamer, Lunar Soap, who have all been sitting through our accidental double header basically today. We're of 2 seeds, where we spent the better part of 40 minutes on 1 seed, and now we're on 1. Chroma finding a dead end, our next round as well.
They've been very neck and neck on the palaces. It's fun to watch them race. Oh, that's not what Xarnax wanted to find.
No, it's not Reflect, it's Thunder that's linked to Fire, and I don't think he realizes. Is it? Oh, no! I could have sworn that it was Thunder linked to Fire today. Huh.
Well,
okay.
That makes it make so much more sense.
I could have sworn it was Reflect, but that's wrong. Whoopsies! Never mind. That works. So, they're actually pretty much neck and neck then. I goofed. Whoopsies! Main reason I thought it might have been Thunder is because Chroma, whenever he cast it, would end up killing killing a load of the enemies on screen, but apparently that's just instead. Never mind. Whoopsies. Sorry, chat, and sorry, Angry.
Oh, no worries.
That's an
it is
embarrassing goof on my
close
part.
match now. That makes it interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Never mind. So it is just a matter of Chroma needs to find his way to, well, Chroma still has a big problem in the form of Nukasudo.
True.
It is not terribly hard to find. It's in the middle of the continent. I think going here will get him there, but he needs to get there, whereas Xarnax, is gonna head right back to P6. And, there is another matter, is that we still haven't seen P5. We did catch a sight of the River Devil there on the left for Chroma. There was a palace around there as well. I'm not sure how you physically get there. I think that might be the P5 we're missing. Wherever it is. However you get there, I think that's P5 near the River Devil.
We haven't seen P5 this whole time.
Nope, we haven't seen it. That might have been the first time we got sight of it, but I could be wrong. Oh, never mind, Chroma's got a dead end. That's Natch. And Xarnax is gonna now ferry past here. This is pretty... because this is required to complete the palace. Chroma spent a little while here and found... yeah, this is a dead end. That was a dead end. Hey, Conzerul! Hello! Welcome in, raiding with a party of 6 to Zelda 2 Randomizer brackets. Round 1 between Chromataclysm and Xarnax. Very close race here. Chroma might have caught sight of our elusive P5, but still needs to find Nukasudo, whereas Xarnax is in P6. Is completing this. They were both in here earlier, but got hard ferry blocked out. Yeah, that is the River Devil, and I do believe that's P5 there. Now the problem is, how do you get there is a problem for Chroma. Yeah, Xarnax is in go mode. He's not, he just needs to figure out where the hell his P5 is. He's bigger. He can get there, it just might take him a while. And Chroma should be finding Nukasudo, hopefully, because he needs to at the moment. It's more in the middle of things, if I recall correctly. It's not there, unfortunately. Yeah, it is likely that a passer will be able to get you over to P5. That's where Nukasudo is. Chroma's about to be in go mode as well. Also, this path might lead him up to P5. I'm still not entirely sure how you're supposed to get there. He's also going to pick up the heart container out of here. Xarnax, in the meantime, continuing in P6, taking this drop. I think we saw this earlier from Chroma, perhaps. Yeah, we did. And there's Fairy for Chroma, which is his go mode, as Xarnax takes another drop.
Now we'll see how to get into P5.
That is the problem. Chroma thinking about getting the spell tower, but then realizes, wait a second, I'm in go mode. What am I doing? I need to get out of here. And that's exactly what he's doing. And Xarnax up A's in P6. I think Chroma explored P6 for longer than Xarnax did on their first trip to Maze Island. I don't know how much Chroma remembers of what he saw in P6, though. Certainly doesn't remember the fourth encounter there. Oopsies. Now they're both basically neck and neck in the same room. Xarnax having done a bit more exploration, though. I think, still. Yeah, I believe Xarnax has done more exploration, certainly went past the fairy block. We'll see how long it takes them to get out of here, and who gets out of here first. Basically neck and neck in this here right now.
Yep, they're continuously ending up in the same P at the same time, so that's really fun.
Yes, it is. Chroma heading back down in this room as Xarnax heads left.
I'm not sure if the item in this palace would be any useful.
Not especially. Chroma's heading for the fairy block, which makes sense. Well, start chromating down this Ravenac really nice and quick. I don't remember, I don't think this led to anything, or at least Xarnax up and 8 out past here. Xarnax taking a different route right now in P6. Oh no, Chroma was the one who failed first in P6, I got mixed up. Xarnax went dipped longer, got nowhere and left, and hey, here's Barba for Xarnax. Will be first out of P6 as Chroma goes down the wrong route, I believe. Ouch, though. Xarnax death to Barba. Still has a couple lives left and is gonna go back. As there's the candle for Chroma.
Oh, hooray!
That was probably the most useful item they could have found in there.
Like, especially at almost an hour in.
Yeah, it's still not helpful. They're in go mode, so... debatable utility. So next going for the full straight of jackhammering Barba. Needs to not take a lava bath. So is getting Barba down, health down pretty low.
Yeah, it worked.
And takes it. Alright, Chroma is gonna go left here in this room, which is the correct route. I believe as this is Xarnax's 5th gem at the 59-minute mark.
I wonder if Xarnax will just leave and not opt to look for the item.
Oh, absolutely. He's in go mode.
Yep.
He's in go
There
mode.
we go.
Hey, angry. His problem is he has no idea where his P5 is. So this is currently looking kind of bad for Chromataclysm, though it is not over yet. Chroma has at least somewhat of an idea where his P5 is, whereas Xarnax is, still trying to figure out where that is. And even Chroma hasn't actually physically seen P5 for certain as to how to get there. I think he's caught a glimpse of it, but he doesn't know for sure how he's supposed to get to it. And I could be wrong too. Yeah, meow! It's happy 1 hour, everyone.
Hooray!
Happy 1 hour of scene number 2. Could hopefully be on our way to finishing this up. On the other hand, we are also still not entirely sure how they're supposed to get to the... I think it's kind of in the middle of the continent, somewhere near the river double. I'm not 100% sure how the game wants you to get there, though. Xarnax might be on the way there. Xarnax might be on the way there, though, although decides to turn around at the moment. I think that path that Xarnax just backed out of is his way to his P5, but I could be wrong.
No, I agree with you. We haven't seen where that path goes, and it seems viable.
I know the river devil was on a yellowish path, and P5 seemed to be somewhere in the general vicinity. On the other hand, Chroma is having some trouble finding Barba as Xarnax continues to not find his P5 right now. He's gonna end up back there eventually, it's just a matter of when. And I can't even be sure that you can get there via taking that path through that gets you up to that path to the river devil. Xarnax hasn't decided instead, let's take some pass-throughs. As Chroma is still trying to find Barba. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where Xarnax is, but I don't think this is the right part of the map, is his problem at the moment.
Yeah.
And okay, Chroma continuing to drop. I think this might be the correct route, taking both of the drops in a row. Or not, nope, that's just looping back again to this room. Chroma's getting trolled in P6 here. He's getting stuck in all the loops. In the meantime, Xarnax is getting lost. Potentially. Still can't be 100% sure how the game wants you to get to P5. I am 100% certain I have that palace that Chroma should have seen out of the corner of his eye is P5, but he didn't see enough of it to confirm where it is. Xarnax is hoping this path here gets him there. Unfortunately, it doesn't. He will catch a glimpse of P5 there. Yeah, I do believe that path near old New Kasuto was the correct one, it looks like at this point. Unfortunately, Xarnax is going to find out this is a dead end. So close, yet so far.
At least he saw it.
At least he saw it. I hope Chroma remembers he saw it, because it's gonna be close here between these runners. Chroma got trolled in P6, cleared out Death Map, got a Spectacle Rock for a reflect that was actually linked to that I got mixed up on, and has gotten trolled in P6 to boot too, but still very good. First seed was also really close. Now Xarnax needs to walk all the way back around again to get back to the southern half of things and to his P6. P5. That's P4. Xarnax should have spotted that palace and should know it is his P5. Hope Chroma realizes that he should know the path that gets him to his P5. We'll see where Chroma goes now that he's finally taken down Barba in hour 5. Good jumper. Chroma. Now it's a race to the finish. I think Xarnax has a bit of a lead, but because Xarnax, is still walking past the path that'll get him to his P5. That's not helping. Never mind, I think Chroma's ahead, because Chroma does know this is his path to his P5. That is, good for Chroma here. Because Xarnax is still looking for a pass-through cave, and I am 100% certain that, yeah, I'm pretty dang sure you need to take the path Chroma's taking to get there now. And yes you do! The river double is dead, but, this is the one and only route here, apparently. Yeah, unless there's a cave north of the river double, this looks to be our only way in, as we see a dark brown P5 today. Chocolate, actually. Then is Chroma first into P5 at an hour 6. Yeah, it looks like Xarnax has, either forgotten about or doesn't want to take that path that leads north right by New Kasuto. That's where he needs to go, and Xarnax is instead hoping he can find a pass-through cave. There might be one, can't quite remember what the little bit of land just north of the river double looks like offhand, but I think it might be dead, as there is a very fast Guma for Chroma.
Man, taking a quick lead. I definitely agree. I don't think there's a pass-through cave, but I guess we'll see.
Guma being a little bit trolly, seems to have rolled up in health here. Attack 6 not doing a lot of damage. Although Chroma is getting his health down.
Holding on to a sliver of life here.
Did cast shield and ouch! No,
that was not good timing.
No. Although, actually, and unfortunately he died before Guma did, so it has to redo the fight. I wasn't sure who died first. If Guma had died first, then he would have been fine. Nope. Round 2. Feels bad, because he died just as he did the final hit, it looked like.
Yeah, no, it was almost simultaneous.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It could be light. I genuinely can't remember if there's a cave north of River Devil. But Xarnax might end up in there, but even still, he is still gonna be a good couple minutes behind at this point, although Chroma continuing to die to Guma isn't helping. As that's a game over. Ouch!
Did not help at all. Hopefully Chroma remembers the way there. Should be fine.
Thankfully Guma's pretty quick. It's not like Chroma has to spend like 3 minutes getting back there. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, absolutely, Lemon. It would have been way faster to just walk there than to find wherever the hell the pass-through that gets Xarnax there. Because Xarnax seems committed to finding that one pass-through cave. I don't even know where it is, but Xarnax seems to be committed to finding it, which is unfortunate.
Maybe he's opting to go for the path?
No, he's too far north for it. And here's Chroma back at Guma for round 3. Guma definitely rolled up today. Chroma is having a fair bit of trouble. But still, even with numerous deaths and a game over for Chroma, I think he's still gonna get out of P5 before Xarnax gets in. And there it is.
Got it. There we go.
And that'll be Chroma's final gem at hour 10. As Xarnax continues to fail at finding his way in. Feels bad for poor Xarnax. He's seen the path. He's seen the path. He knows the yellow path he knows there's a yellow path that the River Devil is on, and he might hopefully realize that his new Kasuto is there, but oh. Also, there's, by the way, on the left just there, Chroma finding the dead end at the start leads to. Lunar, it's possible, but it should have been clearly on his screen for numerous seconds. I can guarantee you he was well within sight of it for quite a few seconds. If he missed it, that's on him as he finds this dead end again. That
he
is
definitely looked at the path again.
Yep. He should know there is a yellow path that should get him to his P5. Unfortunately, I think he's just completely missed it and is having an epic fail at the moment, unfortunately. As this is GP for Chroma. 111, about 27 for Chroma. So this is looking incredibly bad for Xarnax at this point. GP can still troll, but Xarnax is getting trolled by P5. He's seen the path.
It would need a lot of GP trolling and then a lot of good luck on Xarnax's part once he found the pass-through.
Oh, he finally found the pass-through.
He found the pass-through.
And finally finds his way here. Oh my god, Xarnax.
You know, the worst part is Xarnax is gonna finish P5 and then walk down the path.
And feel like an idiot. Yeah, he's dedicated, but he should have taken the path. I knew where the path was. I had a fairly good guess at it well beforehand, and Chroma knew too. Like, Chroma got out of P5 and headed straight for his P5. No ifs, ands, or buts, Chroma knew exactly where he was going. Xarnax unfortunately forgot. Perhaps a little frazzled by the game crash earlier, which I wouldn't blame him for, but this does feel bad.
Let's see how quick Xarnax can get to P5.
It is a quick P5. If he manages to not die to Guma, he is not out of the race, having finally managed to find the pass-through that got him to P5. As we see Eon drop here to Chroma. Is gonna not take it right away, is gonna head right and end up in one of these giant rooms.
Now, what sucks here is that Xarnax has even less damage than Chroma did going into this fight.
Yes.
Xarnax
is still a very strong runner. I would probably somewhat better than Chroma on execution perhaps, but Attack Live Guma is still an ouch as Xarnax takes his first death as Chroma takes a dead end. Let's see, how long does it take Xarnax to beat Guma? Chroma took at least 2 deaths in the game over. Yeah, Xarnax has no defensive spells.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, managed to get
That was
Guma
quick.
down without game overing. And is gonna deposit his 6th gem just as Chroma finds him Thunderbird.
Oh.
Well. But Thunderbird wasn't spectacularly awful. Xarnax is not even gonna find out that he took the caster to know that he
he didn't even go down!
Well, that's gonna be a fun interview. Because Xarnax could have been because this would have been a very, very close race. It still isn't over, but Xarnax could have been much, much closer if he hadn't decided to take every pass around the eastern continent, including the one he took on his first trip here, which sent him to an absolute dead end, as ouch, that's a death for Chroma. Alright, so Xarnax, having never realized that there's a significantly faster way to get to P5, is gonna have to walk all the way around the eastern continent again to get back to GP. Yes, Chroma is on round 2 with Thunderbird. Thunderbird also being a bit trolly. Attack 6 usually isn't this rough, but it's a little annoying here for Chroma. Does get a nice pendulum pattern going. Xarnax, that is P4. As ooh, that's 2 for Chroma. The more Chroma dies to Thunderbird, the better of a chance Xarnax has, admittedly.
That is true.
No, I'm fairly certain Xarnax should have seen GP. It's, you know, I know he's been in the area.
I'm pretty sure they saw it.
Especially in this mad hunt for that passive game.
Yeah,
and Xarnax does know where he's going. Now he does at any rate. He sure didn't when he was trying to find P5 though.
Question is, how fast will they get there?
Ooh, and that is Xarnax entering at 1 hour 17, just as Chroma finally beats T-Bird.
Yep.
Now, this is not over. It depends on how fast Darklink is, because Chroma did take 2 deaths to Darklink and is only down to his last life.
True.
So this is not over yet. T-Bird is fairly fast. Chroma is in a bit of a rough spot, but nope, this is it. This is it. This is GG's to Chroma, because Darklink was just after T-Bird. Never mind, this is GG's to Chroma. Yes, he finds Darklink at 1 hour 18. Xarnax still needs to find T-Bird. As long as Chroma doesn't die, he should be good here. Although, watch me commentators curse this.
See what happens.
Very good Darklink fight so far, though.
Yeah, Chroma playing it very safe. Yeah, it's GG.
That's
there we go.
That is GG's to Chroma, finishing up in first place at a time of 1:18:05. For a total race time of about 2 hours between these two seeds. Moving on to winners brackets round 2 and sending Xarnax to loser. Probably a bit of an upset here, but well played nonetheless. Both seeds for these 2 runners. And hey, we have chromataclysm in now here for an interview. GG.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, definitely good run.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the sportsmanship as well. That was
nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The one thing that it caused was a little bit of confusion about the West and like which version of the West I was looking at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it kind of like messes
laps.
with your memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For reference, Xarnax got into GP right about when you beat the T-Bird.
Okay, yeah, on my 3rd freaking try. So the last thing I was doing before I started the race today was doing attack 4 T-Bird, attack 4 life 3 T-Bird, and it didn't help at all. Did not help. And
well,
then...
it still went better than your Guma did. That was painful.
Oh god.
True.
Your
I thought it
Kuma
went
was
well the
choice.
second time around
Yeah,
after the game
no.
over.
Yeah, Xarnax had a lot less trouble with Goomba.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Xarnax, his bigger problem was that he... You know how there was a path right next to New Kasuto that got you to P5?
Yes.
Xarnax never took that
it.
back.
Yeah, if I hadn't have seen that from the other side, there was that desert, that strip of desert that went
Here's
to
the
nowhere.
confusing thing.
He saw
Xarnax
it.
saw it too.
Oh dang! Oh well, yeah, it happens. You know, you see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, probably doesn't help. There's some degree of confusion on his end too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you guys happen to know what fire was linked to?
Reflect.
I don't think it was
I got
Reflect.
very confused as well, because I thought it was
Yeah.
Thunder for the longest time, because of how a lot of enemies died really fast when you used it.
Yeah.
But no.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
Reflect.
Xarnax
So I
found
could have spent some
every...
time there.
Yeah, Xarnax found every freaking pass-through cave on the east.
Oh, dang.
He managed to
Yeah.
find the pass through to P5 though.
Eventually.
Yeah, that's right. There was that one cave on the other side of the River Devil.
Yeah, that was
the
there
one.
was a pass-through on the northern half of the continent somewhere that led it to it. Eventually. As our
Man.
next takes down T-Bird and is gonna find Darklink pretty fast. Unfortunately, it is too little too late. I do believe if he had remembered that path existed, I think this would have been a hell of a lot closer.
Yeah, I'm sure. Or he would have soundly
He
beaten
might have
him,
actually won it, I'm not sure
Yeah.
on time difference, but he lost numerous minutes to it. So,
Yeah.
you remember how the eastern continent was immediately boots blocked?
Yes. Yes, I do.
That one pass-through led to the dead end.
Led to... Oh my gosh.
That one pass-through cave at the entrance at the beginning of the eastern continent was the dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
So
think there was like you could
the Xar-
see it on your way to P5. There was like a dead end that led to a bit
Yeah, I
of a grassy
remember
area.
seeing that. Uh-huh.
That's where the first cave on the east dumped you.
Man. Yeah,
There
like
we
6
go,
tiles of
GG.
grass.
Yeah. Yeah, chat saying, yeah, Xarnax was at a P5 up 6 almost 5 minutes before you were, Chroma, but that is GG's, 122.02.
I'll take it. There's, some of that play I wish I could have back. And any other run, it would have gone better, but it happens.
It does.
And,
GG's to you both for sticking it out for 2 hours.
GG's to you for sticking it out for 2 hours.
Hey, it wasn't the worst, Chroma. I'm an Ocarina of Time randomizer commentator.
That's right. I
That's
need to
true.
keep that in mind.
2 hours is jet seed for OTR, so like a ridiculous jet seed, in fact. So I'm used to going 3, 4, even 5 hours. As hey, we get Xarnax in here. GG.
Hey, thanks. GG, Chrome.
Thanks, Xarnax. GG yourself. Apparently, it could have gone very differently.
Oh
if,
my goodness.
Oh,
was-
Xarnax, you.
This entire series of everything, before the race, I was already on terrible mood. I had a really bad day. But man, then this whole thing was a roller coaster. The first seed felt like I was blazing. I felt like I was
the first seed. Like you found the glove shortly before the crash. I think Chroma had found it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I felt like I got lucky because just like doing early raft, I basically didn't explore the West, and everything I needed was over in the East, and that was. So yeah, I felt really ahead when I crashed, so I was super frustrated when that happened. And then Chroma offered a rematch, which was awesome. And then the East was again really worked out really well, and I felt ahead again. I felt like I was doing great again, so I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then Palace 5. Then Palace 5 happened.
Bad news for you, Xarnax. You lost several minutes to Chroma and might have won the race if you didn't bother looking at every single pass-through cave on the east because you didn't need to.
I didn't. Wait, was there a way to get there without going
You
through
know
a cave?
Nukasudo?
Yes.
The yellowish path right next to it?
I didn't notice it. Huh.
That
Wow.
was your way to P5.
Man, I'm pretty sure I lost almost 15 minutes looking for Palace 5.
Yep.
Something like
Dang.
That was
If it was
Thank you.
if it was 15, then yeah, you
I don't think
definitely
it was
had me.
15, but it felt kind of like it.
It was at least 10. I didn't spend 5 minutes in Palace 5, and it was 15 minutes between my last 2 gem placements.
It was something awful.
It was
final...
terrible. I went through some of those pass-through caves like 4 times just because I could not wrap my head around what was going on in that eastern overworld.
You even went through the pass-through cave that you took at the very beginning of the eastern continent, the one that dumped you out in that dead end, which told you it was boots blocked.
Right. Yeah.
Because, yeah, Chroma, you got the boots before going east. Xarnax didn't, and then got that ended, so...
It certainly didn't help having a previous map in my head.
Yeah, probably not. No, I know I was suffering from it for a bit. Did not realize that Thunder and that Reflect and Fire were linked together. I thought it was Thunder for some reason. Chroma, one of the reasons that Chroma was actually slightly behind is that Chroma dug a medicine out of Spectacle Rock, which got you your actual Reflect out of Mido.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It
Spectacle Rock
didn't
wasn't
take too long. It
awful.
was. I think I
It
spent
wasn't-
more time just exploring generally.
It also didn't help that Chroma took a game over to Guma.
I sure did.
Oh,
To my
those are the
eternal
worst.
shame.
Yeah.
I've done it before. I would rather fall to Guma having fun than do cheesy safe strats.
Yeah, Chad confirming it took you something like 12.5 minutes to get from P6 to P5. You finally took down Guma right as Chroma found T-Bird.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And
But,
yeah,
I mean,
you got
the
into
one-
GP just as Chroma beat T-Bird, because Chroma did take a death to T-Bird, not a game over,
Oh, okay.
thankfully. So,
But, I mean, the one thing I will
good.
say that is a bit of a consolation, I guess, is that I mean, I felt like I had a big lead in both seeds, and a lot of that comes down to luck. But the reason I lost this race was because keeping a map in your head is a skill, and so I think, I mean, at least I didn't just lose to dumb luck. I think, I mean, being able, the mapping is a skill, and that's what cost me the race.
Yeah, you're getting miserably lost, because Chroma actually caught sight of P5 a fair bit before you did, taking the dead-end path to the north, you know?
The desert one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dead-end path from the
Oh,
north path that gets you sight of it, and then you have to go back down to actually get there from the path next to Nukasudo. Like, I remember seeing that River Devil's on a yellow path. Okay, so I guess I need to look out for yellow paths in the map on the world somewhere. Oh,
Man,
there's
I
one
would've
in
been-
Nukasudo that looks like should be in the right part of the map to get you there. Yeah.
I would have been completely saved if that spot from the north where you could see Palace 5 if you couldn't also see a cave.
Yeah, no, Chroma got out of P6 and went straight to P5.
Yeah, that'll do
No
it.
detours.
I mean, I've won a couple races in this tournament, to dumb luck. So
that is what
Me too.
rando sometimes.
Me too. But
So you
I'm
can never-
convinced also, like, absolutely everybody in this tournament can beat anybody else in this tournament. It's kind of
Exactly.
depending on what it is. Yeah.
Right. You can. I mean, there's luck in any randomizer is gonna play a big role, and so I've never been able to be salty after a loss just because I know too much of it is out of my hands. It was. I mean, it was what made this one frustrating is that it was partly something that I could have controlled if my head space were a little more focused. But it is what it is. And it's double elimination, so we're not done yet.
Nope, you get to face off against the winner of Buzz Thunder versus Jackamus, actually. So Chroma
Probably
face
not
off against the winner, you get to face off against the losers are next. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I probably don't get the win.
No, you get the loser of those two. I mean, Chroma gets the winner of the pair.
Yay.
Either of those would be a fun match.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah, that's gonna be a good one. No, good luck to you both. This was a very, very well played pair of seeds by you both. Was really close both seeds.
Really good from both of you guys. Like, it was extremely close.
Oh yeah.
That's good to hear.
And you guys took pretty much every palace around the same time.
Yeah,
Fun to
it
watch.
really was. Also, shout outs to you guys finding every single dead end in the whole entire P2.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I never
Always.
even found the item, did I? No, I did end up finding the item.
It was
There were a
P
few, like
It was just a P bag, yeah.
P3, I never found the item and just kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
there were a
I
few
mean,
like that.
I want to say I was in go mode almost like 30 minutes in.
Something.
So
like
yeah, I
that.
definitely did not dig the item out of 2.
Oh yeah, no, just oh my goodness, just that seed was really good though. Even in the first seed, Xarnax had found the glove shop before you crashed, but Chroma had found something else. I can't remember what at this point. It's been an hour and a half. That
I
could
think
have been
the
a
only
good
thing-
spell item,
I
probably.
think the only thing I needed in the first seed was Thunder.
Yeah, I think it was a
was-
spell item that Chroma found just before things
Gotcha.
happened. So yeah, very well played by both of you. Couldn't really tell who was going to come out on top there. Unfortunately,
Those are always
even
fun.
after you got lost, Xarnax still wasn't sure. But no, GG's to you both, and good luck in the next round.
Alrighty.
Well,
if
thank
guys
you very
like
much.
Z2R, well, we're gonna raid ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, where they're actually just finishing up. They got going on.
Yep. JJ Schmidt versus Dig Shake. It looks like they are. JJ Schmidt's on the way to GP. Dig Shake is in GP. So gonna go on over and see how they're doing.
Yep. So, fun everyone, and have a nice night.
Have a good night.
Hey, thanks.